Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Tyler, and obviously we are talking about CCIV because they have their most important week coming up Thursday and Friday, which is the vote day to merge into Lucid Motors. And then Friday is the actual day that we will start trading as Lucid Motors, given if the shareholder vote does go through, which it is widely anticipated to go through at this point, and I wouldn't be too concerned about that at all, just like I am not. But we also have to go over a Benzinga unusual options trade that did catch my attention today because it is a relatively short amount of time and it is kind of far away from where we are currently at $22.25. We're also going to go over the short squeeze potential of CCIV stock, go over my long position as well as my trades in this, because I do think this event will more than likely kick off a short squeeze. But keep in mind, everything I say in these videos is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor, not your financial planner, and definitely not your dad. So do your own due diligence and come to your own conclusions. We are also gonna touch on the technical analysis as well, and I don't want to waste any time getting into this video. So make sure you guys hit that like button if you want to see a short squeeze in CCIV stock, as well as comment down below. Let me know your position size. Let me know your time frame as far as how long you are holding your shares, or if you have options or a mix of both, just like I do, as well as consider subscribing to the channel for more daily videos just like this one. So first things first, let's get straight into the technical levels, and this is obviously not going to take a lot of time because we go over these levels all the time. So if you are a regular to these videos, you watch all these CCIV videos, you already know what I am going to say. And as far as the charts are concerned, not too much has changed. We have been flirting with this $22 level. We are currently at $22.25. So if we break that to the downside and really get close to that $20 level, that is really where your bottom end support is, at $20. But ultimately, I think we're going to bounce off of this $22 level that we have been flirting at for the past couple of days. We were just at almost $30 on July 1st. So I do think we're going to rip up past 30 once we do actually merge into Lucid Motors for multiple reasons. One of those being, if the SPAC didn't go through, investors would lose about 45% when the stock is at $20 to $25. So hedge funds, institutions, the big guys, the big money, they're not going to be inclined to invest a lot of money into CCIV, just because if it didn't, for whatever reason, go through, they would lose a huge amount of money. So that is why, ultimately, the biggest reason I do think CCIV will go crazy. But on top of that, you have a huge short interest, which we will talk about in just a second. But like I said, I expect this consolidation phase up until we actually do merge into Lucid Motors. And I don't think the vote day will be a huge day, because I don't think we'll actually get the result of the vote on Thursday. But coming Friday, that'll be the first important day that I am really watching for. Obviously, if we get a rip on Thursday, that is great as well. I definitely won't argue with that. But I think Friday, the day that we start trading as Lucid Motors, but especially that next week, will be the most important moments for CCIV stock and setting the trajectory going ahead into the future. So that is pretty much all you guys need to know with the charts. You could get into the volume and all this stuff. The volume has been very low. The MACD is bearish. Obviously, we've been having a sell-off. The RSI, I don't even have this pulled up, but I can pull up the RSI real quick, and that is obviously going towards oversold territory. So it doesn't look very well, obviously, since basically July has started. We've been selling off ever since July 1st, and we hit almost $30, pretty much selling off ever since then. But I think it's really a buy the rumor, sell the news, but the opposite. So you're selling the rumor and then you're going to buy the actual news. So I think that is what is going on here. Now let's get into the unusual options trading activity. So the sentiment is bullish, option type trade type call, expiration date July 23rd. Strike price of $25. So that is about a $3 move to the upside by this Friday. So a lot of people are betting this is going to happen. Volume of 5,467 for volume. Open interest 4747. So this is big. You could see a potential for a gamma squeeze too on Thursday and on Friday. If we do get close to, $25, then you're going to see a lot of market makers that are, odds are, taking the back end of this open interest, actually having to buy the share. So there is a potential for a gamma squeeze here, but it kind of threw me off with the 25 strike price, the amount of volume and open interest, as well as this is expiring on Fridays. So I think this is overall a good sign and could potentially lead to a gamma squeeze. I wouldn't get my hopes up on that, but it can happen. Now let's jump on over to the Ortex data. Keep in mind their calculations and their estimating systems have been very off with a lot of stocks. AMC, CCIV, a lot of stocks, they have been off on their calculations, and they will adjust these periodically. But as far as what we know right now, that they are more than likely inaccurate, but they will give you a general representation of what is going on with the short interest in a stock. So don't take these numbers as definitively the real numbers, but overall just a suggestion on what they could be. So the short interest change of negative 0.63%, return shares 14.27 million, borrowed shares 13.87 million. So they're saying 395.7 thousand shares were covered 2 trading days ago. Also, something very weird, the volume, or I shouldn't say volume, the return shares and the borrowed shares are well higher than the volume we are seeing on a given day. So I'm not quite sure how that makes any sense as well. But nevertheless, something that you guys should be made aware about. And really, that's another thing that leads you, like, what is going on, Ortex? The return shares and the borrowed shares are more than the actual volume for the stock in any given day. Doesn't make much sense. But the current short interest percentage of free float is 19.11%. Current shares that are sold short of 39.56 million. Relative to the volume that we are seeing, under 10 million for most trading days. I believe the highest volume we have had in months was about 20 million for volume. Now, couple that with the fact that the share utilization is at 100%, so there's no available shares to be lent out. The current shares that are sold short of almost 40 million, as well as days to cover of 4.79 days. So that is saying if all shorts wanted to cover these shorted shares, it would take 4.79 days, which is a very long time as far as days to cover are concerned. So I think if we get this big pop in CCIV, like I do think we will, you'll see a lot of traders coming in. You'll see a lot of people buying the stock, obviously, because it's actually merged into Lucid Motors. And that is really where you'll see the shorts getting squeezed out of their positions. And it's going to be very hard for them to actually find shares. But last thing we're going to cover in this video, let's get through this, and this is my long positions as far as stocks and then options. And obviously the first thing I want to point out, I'm not a financial advisor, not a financial planner, so do whatever you guys want to do. I provide you my due diligence and my insight. Hopefully I'm right. If I'm wrong, it doesn't matter because I'm in this for the long term anyways. But as far as my actual share position, I have 168 shares at $23.14 average cost, portfolio diversity of 11.97 million, total market value of $3,738. I am now down 3.84% or $150. So as far as my actual options trades in CCIV, which these are phenomenal trades if you do ask me myself, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, so don't trade any of these. You will probably lose money. Now, I do have a CCIV $20 put that I sold. So by doing this, you agree to buy 100 shares of CCIV at this expiration date if CCIV is under this strike price. So CCIV is at $19. Somebody could assign me on this. I would have to buy shares at $20. Now, to do these trades, you have to put up the money to buy 100 shares. You can't do these trades everywhere, collect this free premium without putting the money up. So that is the only downside I do see to making this trade, is you have to put up $2,000 for basically another month, right? It's July 19th till August 20th. Unless you want to buy this back for $177, I paid $167, so I would lose $10 if I wanted to get out of this trade and get my collateral back. Like I said, bought this at, or sold this, I should say, at $167. So if I do have to actually buy 100 shares at $20, my average cost, factoring in the average credit per share, I would have to buy them at $18.33. So I really like that trade as well. I think CCIV will be well above $20 by August 20th. That's pretty much a given. But I do have a CCIV $30 call. Total market value of $208. I spent $336 on these. Down 38.10% or $128. I have 2 of them. I bought them each average cost at $168. Now, I only had one. I bought the dip, bought this last one. I had this original one for $191, and it was at like $400 June 30th. So you guys, if you want to be a part of these trades whenever they are made, check it out down below in the buy and sell alerts. I can get you in these trades. I can't tell you when to sell. I just like this trade overall. I think we're going well past $30 $30 by then. It's a little painful to see in the meantime, going up so much and then going down so much, and depending how big you make the trade. If I bought 10 of these, I would have sold half, took the profits, and kept another half of the trade just in the stock still, but I kept it small for that reason. If they expire worthless and I'm wrong, then no big deal, I kept it small anyways. So that is basically it for this video, guys. Let me know down below in the comment section if there's anything else you would like me to cover around CCIV or any other stock. I love hearing from you guys and pretty much respond to every single comment, as well as make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel on your way out. Also, like I said, buy and sell alerts, link down below in the description, and if you want to get totally free stock, check out the link down below for public, up to $70 in your choice free stock. No deposit necessary, no need to link a bank account, and you get your free stock in about 3 minutes time. So that is literally free money. Check those links out, but until next time, I will see you in the next video.